Mark's Adventures. Today I am going to be canning carrots. The reason that I chose to do carrots today is because I have seen so many people who make the mistake of water bath canning carrots, and you cannot do this unless you are pickling them. I just saw again on one of my Facebook canning sites, a guy water bath canned his carrots and he was wondering why they looked all funky, and that is because they went bad or went rancid. So today I'm going to be showing you how to pressure can carrots. A great source that I use for all my canning is the National Center for Home Food Preservation. This is a great, reliable source of how to can. Okay, so first we are going to rinse all your carrots off. And now we are going to use our carrot peeler and peel all of the carrots. Okay, so I am going to get my lids just soaking in some hot water, and then I'm going to get my jars put in my canner to get those steaming while I cut up the carrots. I fill each jar about a quarter full of water and then just set them in there to steam. We got 2 left here, and then we're ready to start packing our jars. Fill your jars up to the 1-inch head space. And then I am going to add a teaspoon of canning salt. And now I'm going to fill these up to the 1-inch headspace with hot water. And the reason I'm doing hot water is because I steamed my jars before, so they are hot. And I steamed them in my canner, so my canning water is already hot as well. And then you want to go around the edge of each jar just to make sure you get all the air bubbles out of there. Put your lids on, you want to just take some vinegar and put it on a paper towel and wipe all the rims off just to make sure you don't have any residue, no salt or anything on there that would prevent your lids from sealing. Now you can put all your lids on. And fingertip tight with your rings. Okay, so now we are ready ready to go ahead and put our jars in the canner. I am going to be adding a tad of vinegar to my water. Just helps so you don't get that white residue on the edges of your jars. And I have 5 pints today, so just make sure you space them all apart in there. Okay, and now that I got my seal nice and cleaned and put back on my lid, we can go ahead and put that on. And I'm going to crank it up to high. So for carrots, the processing time is 25 minutes for pints and 30 minutes for quarts. So I'm going to be going for 25 minutes today. I need to get up to 12 pounds of pressure for my elevation. Make sure you check your area for what your elevation is so you know how many pounds of pressure you should be canning at. So I'm just going to wait for my canner to start steaming and wait for my top to pop up, and then I'm going to give it 10 minutes before I put my pressure gauge on. Alright, so it looks like our top is just about ready to pop up. Now we are going to go ahead and let it steam for 10 minutes before we put our pressure gauge on. And I still leave it on high until it gets to 5 pounds of pressure, and then I slowly start turning the burner down. You want to slowly get up to 12 pounds of pressure. Okay, so we are at 5 pounds of pressure. I'm going to go ahead and turn the burner down to 8. Once we get up to 8 pounds of pressure, then I'll turn it down to 6. Okay, we are at 12 pounds of pressure, so I am going to go ahead and set my timer for 25 minutes. Now I'm just going to keep an eye on this and make sure that it's not creeping up too high at all or dropping too low. And you just need to keep adjusting your burner accordingly. Alright, so we can go ahead and shut down the burner. And now we're just going to go ahead and wait for our pressure to come back down to 0 pounds of pressure, as well as our top falling back in, and then we can go ahead and take our weighted gauge off.